Traits of the modern man that are missing in this day and age. You may look around, men are out of shape, unmotivated, undriven, unpassionate, and we're so far gone from the warriors of Troy. It's a film I always reference. If you've not seen it, I would highly recommend you go watch it. But the men of Troy, Achilles in particular, were not only in amazing shape, they were lean, they were powerful, they were highly energetic, they were passionate, they were driven, and they were motivated. In this video, I want to show you the traits that you have to become and do to start incorporating these lifestyle traits into your routine so you can escape from the traps of the modern man and become more like a Troy warrior. So let's jump straight into the video. There's three main buckets we want to cover here. First of all, it's having a powerful body. Without a powerful body and being lean and being strong, we can't become a warrior. Then we have high energy. It's great to look good and be lean and be muscular, but having high energy, being highly motivated, being driven, be energetic, be enthusiastic in the way you speak, that's a massive trait that are missing. There's no crashes by midday. There's no slobs we have to get over. Energy is contagious and we need to have good energy. And lastly, it's passion. The men of Troy were very passionate, they were very present. Two things that we are no longer doing in this day and age. Men are, well, in particular for my journey, I was very unpresent. I couldn't stay focused. My mind was always drifting, trying to chase the next best thing. And when you start to become present and focus on the now, that is when you actually have real progress. Sorry, the sun is absolutely beaming right now, but we move. So leave behind your past self. This was me around 18 years old, I think it was. As you can see here, very, very low everything. Low energy. My body confidence was really, really low. Motivation for life, for the gym, was very low. And I had no drive to do more, and I had very little passion in myself, in my hobbies, in women, in business, whatever it may have been. I was lost and I was confused. And now I completely transformed my life, and this is what I want to help you do as well. This is me here. Obviously, this is 28 years old. High energy, risk taker. You have pride in yourself, pride in your appearance, pride in what you're doing, and you can write your own path. A lot of men spend their whole lives in this area where you're just getting by, you have low muscle mass, low libido, low motivation, and most people never get onto the journey of becoming their true self. So let's jump straight into it. How do we actually get the first bucket of becoming a powerful body? Because that's what every man wants, is to look and feel strong. And it's actually very, very simple. It comes down to three sub-buckets within this. But in a nutshell, to get a powerful body, we need to be lean. We need to get in between 10 to 15% body fat. Why? Because if you're anything above 15% body fat, you just look fluffy. And being fluffy ain't a look. Okay, I've been there. I may put a photo on screen of when I was 15% body fat. I had muscle, but it doesn't show. And all that hard work you spend in the gym and all that nutrition, all the good food you eat, it's just covered up by a layer of body fat. So getting between 10 and 15% is the first goal. Secondly, we need to increase muscle size. Obviously, we need to have enough muscle definition and muscle size to actually look good. But it's all about proportions. If we just become a bodybuilder and slap on as much muscle as possible, we just look kind of blocky and not aesthetic. So we want to build muscle in the right areas, and that all comes down to having a strong hip waist to shoulder ratio. When you have broad shoulders and a tight waist from being lean, that's what gives you the V-taper. The V-taper is what is the pinnacle of male attraction. It's like women have the big ass and the slim waist, they have it this way. Men need to have a tight waist and broad shoulders. So the three buckets to have a powerful body come down to, first of all, I like to call the primal diet. In a nutshell, that is whole food, having organic, grass-fed, pasture-raised, as clean as it can be to the way warriors would have ate. You know, nothing processed, nothing heavily, a lot of added ingredients, whole food, single ingredients that come from the ground. High fat and high protein. We want to prioritize high fat and high protein. Medium to low carbs. For example, carbs are essential, I think, for performances in the gym, which gives you better results for muscle building. But going too high in carbs can be detrimental, and that can lead to excess fat gain. So Low to medium carbs is a nice balance for altitude. If you're training, for example, I have a medium carb day, and if I'm on a rest day, like today, I will go on the lower end of carbs, but keep fat and protein high because you need protein for muscle building, and you need fat for hormonal health, testosterone support, etc. And we want to focus on test maxing, doing things in our diet, in our routine that will increase our testosterone, total and free, tenfold. When we have this, testosterone is the pinnacle of male health. When we have higher T, everything in life will come together. Your physique, your mood, your mindset, your motivation. Having high T is a foundation. So it comes down to your lifestyle, etc., etc. I'll go into that in a minute, but we want to prioritize test maxing. And then training. In a nutshell, whatever training you want to do, everyone likes doing different stuff, but I like to do bodyweight calisthenics. I think that gives you the biggest bang for your buck, and that's what I have found to be the most enjoyable for me, maintainable, fun, social exercise to do. But whatever you do, the biggest factor you have to consider is progressive overload. If you're not getting stronger on a day-by-day, week-by-week basis, and you're not building muscle every single week, every single month, you will not progress. The whole goal of training is to break down the muscle, repair it and rebuild. So we have to do progressive overload in whatever workouts we are doing. And then relative strength. The way you look good at low body fat is to have really strong relative strength. For example, what does that mean? It means you're really strong at the body weight you're at. So, for example, if you're 100 kilograms body weight and you're bench pressing 100 kilograms, it's a 1-to-1 ratio, not that impressive. But if you're 50 kilograms body weight, for example, and you're benching 100, you're doing twice your body weight. So your relative strength is a lot stronger, and that means you actually look a hell of a lot better. So having strong relative strength, that's another reason why I like doing bodyweight training, because it really prioritizes relative strength. And then lastly, looking into training is recovery. As a natural lifter, as the warriors of Troy were all natural, anabolic steroids weren't even a thing back in them days, we have to prioritize recovery. Being in the gym 6 days a week, smashing the weights, will just completely overtrain you, and it destroy your bodies, and it won't give you adequate time to actually recover and grow. So recovery needs to be a priority for sure. And then thirdly is lifestyle. You might think lifestyle is something different, but lifestyle will set the hormone balance in your body to work with you, not against you, to give you a powerful body. So for example, we need to start honoring our light environments. We need to be outside, embrace the sunlight when it's day, and we need to actually avoid the light when it's night. Circadian rhythm timing is one of the most important things you can do for your hormones and your body function. If you honor that, if you honor your light cycles, your body will release the right hormones at the right time that will make you produce the right hormones in your body, like testosterone. For example, if you are up all night on your phone scrolling Instagram and you're smashing blue light in your face, you're not letting your body release melatonin, which is the sleepy chemical that will start the process of your sleep cycle. And if you miss that, you're missing the most pinnacle point, which is testosterone being produced in the body. So all in say, honor your light environment. Okay, warriors of Troy didn't have iPhones, TVs, all this sort of stuff. When the sun set, it was fires, it was candles, and it was a time to unwind, relax, and prepare for sleep. Another factor we have to consider here is hot and cold therapy. In the modern age, if we're in a hot country, we have the AC on. If we're in a cold country, we have the heating on. We're going against our biological needs to embrace the climate. So I like to incorporate heat and cold therapy into my routine, whether that is an ice bath, whether that is a sauna, infrared sauna, incorporating heat and cold therapy. Then we have limiting EMFs. EMFs are very new in the last hundreds or 200 years of 3G, 5G, Wi-Fi. Your iPhone always been in your pocket, your laptop on your lap. EMF exposure is something new to the body, and our body hasn't caught on to this negative effect. This is going to cause a lot of almost like wiring, tampering of your wirings inside you. So we want to try and limit EMF exposure as much as possible. Water quality. Water quality should be more to do with diet, but water quality is the pinnacle of your health. The body is 70% water, and we need to honor that. So we need to try and go for high quality water at all times. And grounding. We were always barefoot. We are walking our feet on the earth, and nowadays we are never connected to the earth and never really do grounding. So we're never really decharging and losing that positive charge we have from our environment. So in a nutshell, incorporate grounding into your routine. Get your bare feet on the grass for a period of time, and that will be sufficient. So that is how we master the body. It's very, very simple. You follow a primal diet, you train hard, you progressive overload, you get good relative strength, and your lifestyle supports recovery to give you that muscle growth. That will get you 85% of the way there in terms of becoming a powerful Troy warrior. Then we have to look at high energy. How do we start incorporating high energy? So social media and presence. Drop energy draining friends. I'm just rereading my notes here. And porn, masturbation. Okay, these are all things that are going to take away from your energy state. So social media and presence. I recently did a detox of all social media for about 30 days, and it was just amazing because we are so incorporated into electronics, iPhones, laptops, whatever it may be. We are so disconnected from being present. So what I like to do is detox every now and then, or just limit exposure on these devices. Limit them to 1 hour per day. 1 hour per day is more than enough that you need for scrolling Instagram or whatever you may do on social media. Ditch the Xbox and TV binges. Obviously balance is crucial, have it once in a while, but don't be spending 3 to 4 hours of your day binging TV series, binging Xbox, living in an alternate reality. Your life is the best reality you can live. Start making your reality more enjoyable. And the theft of comparison. I found when I was on social media, you're always comparing yourself to other people, and it really does mess with your mind. And you're always comparing yourself to other people, and you make yourself feel a lot worse for what you're actually doing. So social media and being present is a huge one. Then we have drop energy in draining friends. You become your circle. Everyone knows this. So if you are around energy draining people, I know this firsthand how this feels. It will bring your energy state right down. When you find like-minded people, when you find like-minded communities, people that are interested in the same things as you, their hobbies, your sports, your training, whatever it may be, your business side of things, and you become like these people that are driven, that are motivated, it's like almost having your own warrior tribe that is going out there and fighting other armies. You're together, you're bonded, you're building true connections, and that is the foundation of having high energy. What I want to do is move country. When I left my hometown in Scotland and moved to Bali, I moved to a different country, I had to meet new people, I had to go out my own way, I pushed my comfort zone. This is what led to me having a higher energy state, being motivated, being driven by the people around me, and also I was motivating people around me as well. And then we had the big one, porn and masturbation. The warriors of Troy. If you think of the gods, even the gods, the Greek gods, the kings, the warriors, the pinnacle of male health in tribes, people that men used to look up to for thousands of years. Do you think they were in their tent watching pornography or magazines or masturbating all the time? Absolutely not. Okay. I'm not against masturbation, but pornography and almost dopamine from social media, from girls twerking on TikTok, whatever it may be, it's all essentially a state of pornography, okay? It's unnatural for our brains to be able to see this all the time and at such ease, okay? So ditching porn and ditching any things on social media that was almost like foreplay to you, that gets you in the mood, because that will ruin your dopamine system inside your body. So it lowers dopamine and it messes up your reward pathways. If you go down this track, which many men go down, of getting into porn use and regular masturbation exposure, you will literally mess up your reward pathways in your body, and you will find it incredibly hard to actually be present, be with women, be stimulated by women, and it will lead to a pinnacle of health problems. I've been there, I've done that, so I recommend ditching porn if you're on that bad trait already. And then we have passion. So how do we get better passion in our lives, be more present? It comes down to being alone. We're used to being small tribes and small armies and small clans, and now we're surrounded by millions and millions of people. And if we're not around people in person, we're on our phones, essentially almost still with people, because we're always comparing ourselves to people on our phones. So we need to start having time alone. And this can be quite a scary thing when you actually spend time on yourself, because there's no one else to bounce ideas off. You spend time with yourself in your own mind, and that can be quite a exciting but almost scary thing as well. So Find some time where you can be yourself and find your true self. What I like to do is daily meditation and daily journaling. Daily journaling is 1 or 2 pages every single day. Whatever's on your mind, write down on paper. It's a nice habit to get into, and it kind of just gets the thoughts out of your brain onto paper. Meditation is a skill that 5, 10, 15 minutes a day, sit there, focus on your breath, and try and keep your focus on your breath without getting distracted and going off to different areas of your mind. It's a great trait to learn, just to have singular focus on one thing at a time. And you actually find how hard it actually is. But for me, them 2 things have been very beneficial. And then we have learning. So learning a new skill, reading and implementing them skills. For me, that was business at a young age. When I started learning about business books, that's what motivated me. That's what drove me to build my own business and my clothing brand. And reading for me has been game-changing. Like I'm one of the kids that never used to read, and I'm on to like 30 books per year, 2 or 3 books per month, and you can learn so much stuff. Some of the best minds in the world read books. We can just download that information. It's just like how it's how education and knowledge was passed down through years and millions of years of evolution. People used to write on stone. Cavemen used to engrave their messages on the walls in stone. Then it came down to journals, and journals were passed down for generations. So reading is like a lifelong skill, and we can always implement it into our lifestyle and learn, improve ourselves, improve our mind, which is the most important thing to do. And then find your true mission. When you have clarity, when you're improving your body, improving your diet, and you're having higher energy, getting rid of draining friends and bad traits like masturbation and porn, spending more time alone, you're learning new skills, that's when you start having time to think about what you truly want to do in your life and what your true mission for you is. My true mission is to spread this message and help more men become like the warriors of Troy. And that comes down to improving testosterone through your diet, through your lifestyle, and so on and so forth. That's my true mission. That's what I feel aligned with. What is your true alignment with? So what is your dream life, and what's holding you back? You might have found the biggest thing that's holding you back is just worry and just judgment from other people. So in a way, you can just fake it till you make it. If you tell yourself what you want to become, and you keep telling yourself every single day, I am the best person at this, I am doing this, I will help these many people. Doesn't matter about views or subscriber count or business revenue. If you truly believe something and you keep at it every single day, you can fake it till you make it. So I think anyway. So when you have all these 3 things, the next thing come to, the journey ain't smooth. Doing all these things will put you in the right direction, but the right direction won't be from ground zero to, pinnacle life. It'll be a road like this, with challenges, with struggles, things to overcome. And like this is Achilles facing this huge warrior, one of the best warriors on the Trojan army. It was scary. It was very scary. If there's 2 armies, and there's this huge warrior, like 7 foot tall, and Troy is like 5'8", 170 pounds. And it's almost like a metaphor for life. The challenge you will face can be big, can be scary, but if you attack it and believe in yourself, and you have full confidence that you will destroy this challenge, on the other side of that is glory and is growth. So doing all these things is how you become a Troy warrior. This is a journey I am doing right now. So I encourage you to get on this journey with me. If you want to do it alone, there is the hero's journey. Very honorable hero's journey. This is something I have done for many years through business, through my own teachings, is being on the hero's journey. And it does sound nice. You're this solo lone wolf on this journey, but it comes with mistakes. You learn a lot of mistakes. Mistakes come, it takes longer, but it is the cheapest route to doing it. If that feels like that's your journey, then I all mean go ahead, and I applaud you for it. Or we have a second step, which is learn from experience. Learn from someone who's been on the path that you want to go ahead. That is myself, for example. If you want to become and transform your body, transform your mind, transform your habits, then you can learn from someone who's actually done it. That is why I created Primal Health, to help men along this journey, to become their best physical shape, improve testosterone, improve their mind, and improve their lifestyle habits. So it's a faster route. You can avoid all the guesswork and all the challenges that come, and you can find a circle, find a brotherhood that will support you on this journey. And I have some information here about what's involved, but you can go click the first link below if it's something you're interested in. So that's your next stage. And your third stage would be guided. Like Yoda and, Yoda and, I don't know, the guy he teaches, Skywalker. I'm not too sure, I'm not a huge Star Wars fan. But you can be guided on a one-to-one mentorship. This is definitely the fastest way to progress in anything in life, in business, in fitness, in education. When you get one-to-one guidance, you can get that accountability, you can get that guided mentorship, that guidedship. It's the fastest way. It keeps you on track, it keeps you accountable, it keeps you motivated. But it does come with a cost, but the cost is the biggest ROI. Like in life, guys, you either pay in time or money. You can do it yourself, but you're essentially just on a slower track, or you can pay for it and be on a faster track. So if you're interested in the one-to-one mentorship or the group coaching, then first link below, all the information is there. But anyway, guys, that is the video. That is how you transform from your lost, weak self into a warrior of Troy. If you want to get behind me and the other men on this journey, then I would welcome you to the first link below. Check it out. If it's fit for you, then I'll see you inside. If it's not, I wish you luck on your hero's journey. And if it's not for you, and you don't want to become a warrior of Troy, then I don't know why you're watching this video. Guys, that's this video. I hope you enjoy, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care.